This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network. And joining me right now is Jason Reid. He's the president and CEO of Fortitude Gold. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is FTCO on the OTCQB. And Fortitude Gold will be presenting at our upcoming in-person investor conference, the Planet MicroCap Showcase, happening May 3rd through the 5th, 2022 at Bally's Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. And with that, Jason, thank you so much for joining me today. How you doing?
I'm good, Robert. How are you?
Oh, can't complain. Well, we complain on Mondays, but today, it's Tuesday, so it's all right.
Sure.
But this is our first time doing an interview together. And with that, can you start us off with a quick overview and history of the company?
Sure. Fortitude Gold was spun out of a company called Gold Resource Corporation at the end of 2020. And so we've only been around about a year. We spun out so that we could focus on a couple of things. One, producing gold in Nevada, and two, paying a substantial dividend, and three, garnering the market premium yield valuation. And we pay up to 48 cents currently annually. We pay 4 cents per share per month, and our yield is 6.6%. So we were created for a certain investor, and that investor appreciates exposure to gold, especially in this inflationary environment, and they appreciate a substantial monthly dividend and a nice yield. And so that is why Fortitude was created, and we're now going down that path. We've been around for a year and several months now.
Very good. So what would you say makes you unique and different compared to some of the other producers, nearby in Nevada?
Sure. Well, first of all, we're not always focused on the number of ounces, and we don't chase growth for growth's sake at the expense of profitability. So we're focused on being profitable. And what really makes us different is that we're created to pay a dividend. So we have a very tight capital structure. In the mining industry, it's common for junior explorers to have hundreds and hundreds of millions of shares outstanding, and producers to have $500 million to $1 billion. We have just 24 million shares outstanding as a producer. So with an ultra tight capital structure and the margins we're making off a very profitable operation, we can leverage that and pay a substantial dividend. That is very rare in this industry. Very few juniors ever pay a dividend. Few majors do. And the majors that do pay a dividend are lucky to, nowadays, to get more than 2% yield on that. Fortitude is in a unique position right now in our evolution where shareholders can come in and get over 6.5% yield.
So, I usually ask this on another show that we do, but what would you say is the most misunderstood thing about Fortitude and where you're at, within the ecosystem of the gold mining industry?
Sure. Well, I think that when people take the time to get to know our story, it's a pretty straightforward, easy story. So I think maybe a better angle on that is not so much that we're misunderstood, we're under the radar of most because we're new. And I think that's the biggest aspect of our company. We've only been around about a year and a quarter thus far. We trade on the OTCQB market. And so we don't have a lot of exposure yet. And so as we continue to evolve and grow, I believe, we'll, gain traction in that regard. But our story is very simple and straightforward. So I don't think we're really misunderstood on that when people take the time to look into us. It's more of a, do you know about Fortitude yet?
So then, Jason, what's your background? How'd you come into all this?
Sure. Well, I think the most applicable background that potential shareholders want to know about is industry experience. I was with Gold Resource Corporation for over 15 years. And while there, I was part of a management team that took that company from a junior explorer all the way through into a producer. So we made discoveries, we engineered and built mines, we financed them, we put them into production. And we also paid a substantial dividend then. With that previous company, when I was with them, we paid over $116 million back to our shareholders in monthly dividends. We paid consecutive monthly dividends for a decade. So we have experience in walking the path that Fortitude Gold is also walking on, one in which you can garner a market premium yield valuation. And that's what we aim to do.
Very good. All right. Well, Jason, to close us out here today, from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's value catalysts now for the rest of 2022?
Some big value catalysts in this year, 2022, are going to be likely our announcement that we're moving forward with a development decision at our Golden Mile project. That's a very exciting project. It's a high-grade open pit heap leach. And we've been moving that forward to cross the threshold of making a development decision when we're very close. That will be a catalyst. Obviously, any additional drill results could be additional catalysts. And to demonstrate to the market, let's assume for the moment we've come out with a development decision at Golden Mile that puts us out to 2028, tells the shareholders that, wow, okay, this company is going to be around much longer, paying me my dividend. And if you're in at this level, you're getting your 6.5% yield going forward. And then obviously to be around longer to find additional mines and put them into production.
Very good. Well, with that, Jason, where can our audience go and find more information on Fortitude Gold?
We have a website at fortitudegold.com. That's the best starting point to learn more about us. And again, we're a pretty straightforward story, very clean. We have no debt as a company. We have cash in the bank, where we aim to build our next project with cash flow so that we don't dilute shareholders, so that we stay true to our focus, which is to return substantial dividends to shareholders.
Very good. Well, Jason, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe. I'll see you in Vegas.
See you in Vegas. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you.